Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is beat the like button like it owes you money before watching this, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, the MGTOW Book Collection Part 2. Whether you're getting camel toe in Cambodia, banging babes in burqas in Turkey, or taking Polaroids of ladyboys in Thailand, Luca Vendetti has a series of books to make you live the dream. His new 3-booklet series includes How to Live on $500 a Month in Cambodia, Turkey, and Vietnam, in addition to his classic How to Retire on $200K in Southeast Asia. He also has the MGTOW book. Visit MGTOWbooks.com and use the promo code SANDMAN to get 10% off. Now available in 4 formats: PDF, Mobi for Kindle, EPUB, and text-to-speech MP3. Sponsor link is down below. And now on with the memes. Number 1 Fetterman praises Trump for his strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. How this man hasn't been kicked out of the Democrat Party by now, I'll never know. If his party were smart, then they'd make him their presidential candidate. I'd love to see a president wearing a hoodie meeting with Zelensky in his casual attire. The sooner people stop wearing suits, the better. You make better decisions in comfortable clothing. Up next, Andrew Tate says that broke people make money to buy things. Rich people make money to meet people. He says money is all about people and power and not just junk from Walmart. Creative people, on the other hand, try and make money so they can change the world and not retreat into hedonism or socialization. For me, making money is all about building sex bots, searching for aliens, and building museums. All things that free and enrich other men or expand their awareness. Number 3, Layla here was wrong to attack her male partner. But the opinion by other women is that domestic violence by women is not the same as domestic violence by men. Double standards much. Women will say it's far worse for them, but it's actually worse for men because we can't even defend ourselves if the woman hits us. Remember that lesbians have the highest rates of domestic violence and the highest rates of divorce, yet it's men who are seen as the problem. Moving on, this woman dumped her boyfriend because he took a job as a deportation officer at ICE. She had a good relationship and she let politics get in the way of it. If he wasn't going out there and deporting Consuela, then somebody else would be. Yes, she did the right thing. The right thing for him because that's a woman that won't have your back. I'm sure that there are plenty other women out there that would appreciate such a based boyfriend. Number 5, there's no such thing as a low-energy rich country. So when the globalists tell us to burn less carbon, which is energy, they hate us and want us to all be poor, because poor people are easier to control. AI is probably going to help us make more efficient energy and tap into more cheap solar and nuclear power. If energy becomes cheap and plentiful, then everyone will be able to live the lifestyle of the rich and famous. And they don't like that because they won't be special anymore. Up next, who was the best Joker of all time? I think all of them were great except that Jared Leto version, which I found kind of annoying. He's like the Joker from Temu. The same goes for Joaquin Phoenix in the second Joker film. He was only good in the first one and I won't watch The Abomination that's the second film. But if I had to pick one, it would be a tie between Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson. I'm just glad they didn't put woke Mark Hamill here from the animated series. Number 7, here's a female fan of Quentin Tarantino and his Hollywood Walk of Fame star, giving him her feet because he's got a foot fetish. Being famous, or be even somewhat internet famous such as myself, it's not the haters you usually have to worry about, but it's the fans. They'll try and get into your life and don't care about violating your personal space. If you doubt Tarantino is a foot freak, then just watch that scene from Till Dusk Till Dawn and tell me. Moving on, looks like somebody finally updated this cockblocking meme. The fatso guarding her friend is like a fridge with a lock on it, guarding all the snacks. The fatty also looks kinda cute. In most cases, this is what she looks like with her mean eyes and sadistic smile on her face. The reason the fat friend usually says no instead is so that the guy, if he's a creepy guy, can't take rejection very well, it doesn't blow up in her face. Then again, unless this is in high school, then it wins the Never Happened Award. Number 9, a grape survivor and a grapist have teamed up to tell their story. Talk about taking hybristophilia to a whole new level. Also, they're married now. I just can't wait for him to one day explain to his son how he met his mother. The incident happened when he was her boyfriend and she was only 16. After a school dance, he took her home drunk and raped her. Must not have been all that traumatic if she ended up marrying him. Maybe she prefers reliving it by constantly retelling the story because it's now in her fantasy file. Up next, people are saying that Bella Ramsey is the most hated actor in Hollywood. No, she's the most hated potato. Mr. Potato Head was a toy from the 1960s and 70s, and now his granddaughter here thinks that she can carry on his legacy. Bella Ramsey now joins the list of other most hated actresses like Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler. But I think she's going to take this news pretty well because she's going to be a dad. I can't believe she said that line with a straight face. Number 11, apparently mean lesbians who hate men are the backbone of society. These ones look like rejected Star Wars characters from that horrible show The Acolytes. But seriously, I thought that farmers, truckers, and construction workers and other mostly male professions were the backbone of our civilization. From what I find, mean lesbians who hate men are the backbone of the advertising and publishing industries, creating ad campaigns for Bud Light and Gillette's. Moving on, what the hell happened to Laura Loomer? She hit the wall super hard in her early 30s. Was it bad plastic surgery that she just aged like a month-old mutton? She looks closer to 45 or 50, and no man with any self-respect would actually want to be with her. She made it clear that her career in political activism is her priority, and that's why she's not married or in a relationship. More like no Chad wants to be with a golem. Maybe someone can introduce her to some nice cats. Number 13, here's more information about how much the UK has become clown world. If you save your wife from being raped, then you get to go to prison. But the rapist gets only a couple months jail before being put on probation. The UK is done, and no wonder record numbers of white people are leaving that sinking ship of a country. I asked Grok if there was a verified news story about this, and there wasn't. But you can sure bet that there will be in the next few years. Up next, Julianne here wonders why there are so many men afraid to date trans women. Maybe because they're allergic to nuts. Or how about the obvious that they're straight? But Julianne here doesn't understand that it's actually not fear of dating them, but more like disgust. Besides, they probably want to bang women and not be banged by women instead. Maybe we should start going around and asking gay people why they don't date the opposite sex. Number 15, here's the wet dream for many conservatives and viewers of the Daily Wire. Tons of men marrying women and turning those women into conservative voters, while wrecking their own lives in the process. A woman wants a man to maintain frame. Instead, modern men are encouraged to get down on one knee and submit to their wife instead. Guys like this have no right to complain when their wives boss them around for the rest of their marriage. Moving on, this boomer is upset because of property taxes because he doesn't actually own his own home, but is just renting it from the government. If people think their lives are messed up now, then just wait until AI takes half the jobs and people can't even afford to pay their property taxes anymore. It's because of desperate governments once AI destroys the tax base, taking more and more money from homeowners, that makes me less and less likely to buy a house in the next 1 to 2 years. Number 17, meet Anna Barbara. She died after having a boob and nose job at some discount plastic surgery place in Istanbul. The hospital denies any wrongdoing, but she did actually party with the surgeon the night before. Maybe he was wasted and did something wrong the next day. And judging by this picture, nothing of value was lost. Careful, ladies. This is probably what happens when you find a cheap surgeon willing to do surgery for free if you put out. She should have gone laser tattoo removal instead. Up next, speaking of plastic surgery, this woman looks hot, from the neck down. Above the neck, it's pure nightmare fuel with those reverse chipmunk cheeks. But you just know that she paid a lot of money for that sort of mutilation. Maybe she's trying to get Quagmire's attention by trying to emulate his look in the Temu sort of way. This isn't photoshopped. She's real and she needs to be on that show Botched. Either that or one of the characters in the next Beetlejuice film. Number 19, will someone please name this band? How about the Gross Girls? Other great names include Puffy Face and the Rug Munchers, Trump Derangement Crew, the Liberal Karens, or Night of the Living Dead. Other possibilities include the Robbed Zombies, the Irrelevant Four, and Crybabies. I don't know who that was on the bottom right and had to look him up. That's George Lopez. I thought he was just some old Cuban fisherman. Moving on, this fake asylum seeker in the UK was sentenced to 3 years in prison for sexually abusing chickens. Gonzo here probably got more time in the slammer for this than he would have if he actually abused actual English women. That's the world we're living in. It's a true story. All except the part about him being a fake asylum seeker. Regardless, this is what enrichment looks like these days. Perhaps if they didn't force their women to wear drapes, then this wouldn't happen. Number 21, San Francisco goes even more woke. Now schools are converting F's to C's and B's to A's in a push for equity. What's the point of grades if everyone gets the same one? But it doesn't matter because soon AI will do most of the work and most people will sink into idiocracy. Either that or Harrison Bergeron, where the role of the government is to make everybody equal, even though everyone is born different. Remember, everyone, that credentials do not equal intelligence. Up next, and speaking of intelligence, this is the type of graduate that equity educational facilities will be producing. This guy was applying for something, and when asked about sex, he said no experience. He's clearly a moron because if he was smart, he would have said yes, please. I guess this is what happens when you have a cultural misunderstanding. Bunny just shamed himself by telling people he's an incel virgin. Number 23 looks like MGTOW is won because 80% of single guys are not interested in dating and relationships anymore. This is the end result of a soy society ruined by simps and feminists. I think this is just another attempt to draw men back to the plantation with shaming language, and it's not going to work. Remember, brothers, lay flat, let it rot, and watch it fall. Then use technology to build a better world with loverbots, AI girlfriends, and artificial wombs. Moving on, remember, guys, that when she says she needs a break, this is what she means. Just don't be the dog bringing her the bone and dog treats. Just like in the human version where there's a man bringing her some flowers. This is probably what a Bonnie Blue line looks like. If a woman does this and gets back together with you, she'll try and convince you that body count doesn't matter. The hottest 5 to 10% of men are doing this. The rest are just trying to get some peace. Number 25 and the last one looks like someone made Tinkerbell swell. Actually, it's her cousin Taco Bell, and it looks like she's been grounded. More like Taco Bell because she's now probably the size of a kid's yellow truck at that point. Instead of her cousin, I think this is more like Tinkerbell, or should I say Chunkerbell, before and after marriage. Why do they always have to pull the pin on the fat grenade? Fat Tinkerbell definitely won't make you swell. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm, and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate it to PayPal. Subscribe to links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.